Hi folks, it's Rich here. Don't do too many videos these days, but the odd one, and this is one of them. So I've owned 262 guitars now. I'm not a very good player, so it's obvious that I just enjoy trying different things rather than becoming a competent guitarist, but that's just the way that is. This is a Fender Standard Stratocaster made in Indonesia, which has caused a lot of hoo-ha, isn't it, on the internet. And just my opinion, of course, I think it's a bit harsh on it, to be honest with you. So I'll just tell you why. So, well, first of all, the whole made in Indonesia thing, you know, PRS-SEs are made in Indonesia. No one's moaning about those, quite the opposite. They're raving about them, aren't they? And Ibanez have guitars made there, and Court, and so Epiphones, and I don't know, you know, plenty of them. And of course, lots of guitars are still made in China, aren't they, as well? People, and which are great guitars. So I don't really see why the Indonesia thing is a thing. I don't get that really. And I might be mistaken here as well, but apart from Fenders being made in Mexico, I don't know any other brands that are made in Mexico. You know, is Mexico a well-revered guitar-making country? Don't know. So anyway, so that's the first thing. Then the body being made of poplar. I mean, you can spend £2,000 on a guitar with poplar, can't you? I mean, Ibanez uses a lot of poplar, so I don't really get that. And the whole tone wood thing, you know, by the time you've pressed the overdrive button or the distortion button, does it really matter? Don't know. So I don't get what the fuss is about. Phil McKnight took one of these to pieces as well. He said it's got a proper switch on it, which same as the Mexican Fenders. It's got alpha pots, 250k pots. So the output jack was a bit cheap and cheerful. It's got a full-size block in the back, but yeah. And then the ceramic pickups is the other thing, isn't it? Rather than Alnico. Well, I've got behind me just here a Squier Sonic with ceramic pickups in, and I tell you now, it doesn't sound anything like as clear and as crisp as this. All of the positions on here from 1 to 5 sound every bit as stratty as you would ever want them to sound. And if anything, because I had a player series recently, 2 of them in fact, a limited edition one HSS with a Seymour Duncan bridge and 2 player pickups here, and a player SSS. And I've never been all that taken by those pickups. I like these, I do. The neck has got no sharp fret ends. It's not lacquered, but it is finished, unlike the bullets and the affinities, which just feel raw. So that feels really nice and smooth, but it doesn't feel, it doesn't feel unfinished. It's lovely. The frets are polished on here. There are no sharp fret ends at all. And then you've got people saying, well, it doesn't feel like a Fender neck. Well, you know, what is a Fender neck? Because I've had lots of Fender Tellys and Strats, all Mexican admittedly, and so I've had an older standard Strat which had a D-shaped neck on it. I've had more contemporary ones. I've got a 12-inch radius, and likewise on Squiers, because a lot of people say, well, it's a Squier neck. Not all the Squier necks are the same. In fact, that Squier Sonic has got a much chunkier neck than this, but classic vibes. So I've had slimmer ones. So that whole it doesn't feel like a Fender, I don't really understand that either. It's just it's a neck. Do you like it? Yeah, well, I do. You know, it's thinner rather than fatter, and that's a good thing for me anyway. For the fretboard edges, I wouldn't say they're exactly rolled, but they're super smooth. You get a Squier classic vibe, which a lot of people keep saying, you know, should you get one of those instead of these? And the shoulder is a very definite kind of sharp edge. You know, there's the shoulder, and then there's the fretboard. This is smooth. The tuners on these, I want to say I don't think they're the same ones as on the player. They're not bad by any means, but they're not mega smooth. They're a couple of them a tiny bit notchy. I only got one string tree. I've changed this to a Graphtec one just because I have it. You know, you've got a full thickness body. You've got a 2-point trem like you get on a player. Now, I suppose the main thing is 499, isn't it? So if you just wanted a Strat type guitar, weren't bothered about the brand, you just wanted a Strat style guitar, then yes, you can get a Harley Benton or a Jet that will have a roasted maple neck, maybe locking tuners, or will be locking tuners. You know, you can get a rounded heel joint. You can get more for your money as a guitar. However, if you want the original shape and the original shape headstock, which I particularly like. Maybe we're just conditioned by it because that's what we know. And of course the original brand being a Fender, or or if you choose to get Squier, then I think $499 you can't beat this. The build quality on this guitar is wonderful. There's no problems with it. It's come set up well, and all the things that I've just described to you. It's just a good, honest guitar in its own right. Yes, it's a basic, straightforward guitar, but it's a good, honest guitar. And this actually ticks a really good box for me because I was never comfortable with how much a player costs for a basic guitar. No roasted neck, no locking tuners, nothing fancy, just a guitar. But this at $499 is the perfect price for me for just a basic but real Fender Strat that's made, appears to be well, and I think particularly this finish is gorgeous. I love this vintage kind of white. It's not a buttery cream or yellowy one, and it's not white. It's just the perfect colour. It reminds me of an old Squier Bullet I had a long time ago, with a nice neck. And obviously I like maple, so I'm not fussed with the fact that the dark neck's a laurel, which is, I don't like laurel. Mind you, Epiphone are putting laurel on guitars costing well over $1,000. Yeah, I think happy days for that. Honestly, it does not feel like a Squier in terms of quality in the slightest, or sound. It is wonderful. So I might do another video with a few playing clips, but just honestly, the pickups in this sound great. So there you go. That's just my opinion. Oh, the back of that neck has got a nice bit of figuring in. Let me know if you've got one, and keep the comments polite, please.